Hello, I'm Madison Hagler. I'm a senior musical theater major here at CCM. I'm going to give you your tour today. So before we go outside, I just want to start off with saying this is probably the most important building here at CCM, at least in Mary Emery Hall. This is the admissions office. So if you come and audition here, this is the best place to know where to get to. It's again the admissions office. You got to know how to get here. And then whenever we go out here, the most important thing on this hallway is the CCM College office, which is the next door down here on the right. Whenever we go out here into the actual hallway, you'll see a lot of classrooms. Those are pretty typical classrooms with desks and smart board and pianos. That's where a lot of our music education, music theory, kind of the nitty-gritty classes at CCM, that's where they take place. We'll go out and have a look, maybe a little loud. So this is the 3,000 level of Mary Emery, and again, admissions office is the most important, and then the CCM College office is the next door on the right, and all of these rooms behind you, like I said, pretty typical classrooms. At the end of this hallway on the right, there's a master classroom. It seats about 100 people. It's like a raked floor. There's a stage. It's where we'll have guest artists come in and give a master class. We also have some student recitals there, solo recitals, but for the most part, it's our master class space. And then the level below us, the 2,000 level, that's our media division, where we have a radio broadcasting center, a television production studio, we have an audio production studio down there. Pretty much anything media related is on our 2,000 level. 4,000 level above us, that's where our Starbucks is. It's also where all of our college offices are, except for music education. Music education's on the 5,000 level. Also on the 5,000 level are piano labs, organ study studios, and harpsichord studios. So basically anything piano, music education related is on the 5,000 level. 4 and 3,000 is kind of for everyone. The 2,000 level is mainly our media division. Let's actually start by heading this way.
If we're gonna get sick, let's just do it together. Let's just vigorously touch each other.
This is the college office here. And we're heading to our recital hall, the Warner Recital Hall. The recital hall seats 280 people. It's where we have the majority of our student and faculty recitals here. And CCM actually produces more performance events a year than any other place in Ohio. We produce close to 1,000 events a year, and this space is a large part of that. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 student recitals happening in a day. And this space is also our most acoustically advanced space here. Whenever we go in and have a look, you'll see that there's stone on the right, there's wood on the left, and there's no straight edges. Everything's curved, rounded, has some texture. That helps with the acoustics. And then also whenever we go in, you'll see on the left there's some panels, some orange panels. They can actually raise and lower these to alter the acoustics of the space as well. So if you want a little bit more ring in your sound, you can raise them up. If you want to dampen your sound, you can lower them. So as a guest artist or as a solo student artist here, you can have some say in how your sound's perceived by the audience, which is pretty unique about this space. We'll go in and have a look. Ooh, it's dark. Let me get some lights on. Again, 280 seats in here. And then you'll notice there are 3 pianos on the stage back there. The first 2 are Steinway D pianos. One's American and one's German. We're actually an all Steinway campus. We have something like 250 Steinway pianos here. We're actually like the 3rd largest repository of Steinway pianos, and number 1's the manufacturer, so it's pretty crazy. And then the final piano over here on the right is a Bosendorfer. It's our only non-Steinway piano on campus. If you don't know, the Bosendorfer has more low notes on it, extra low notes that a Steinway doesn't have. So that's our only non-Steinway piano. And again, mainly what you expect in here is student recitals, for basically any instrument, especially piano. Also some voice recitals, especially their senior recitals for voice majors. Musical theater majors don't really perform in here. Dance majors don't really perform in here. They may for some kind of special event, but this is not like a main performance space for either of those people. Great. I'll turn the lights back off real quick. So once we're out here, this is the CCM Circle. So from here you can see all 4 buildings of CCM. So over here is Mary Emery Hall. That's where the admissions office is and the college office is. That hallway over there is the Corbett Hall. This building is Memorial Hall, and then this building over here is the DVAC, Emilee Vocal Arts Center. And this is where all 4 of your major classes are. They're in one of these 4 buildings. Your only classes that aren't here would be your general education classes. They're offered through UC, so they would be taken there. But a lot of our students stay in Recital Hall. That's this building here with the black stripes. That's our freshman dorms for musical theater, well, for CCM students. And a lot of our students will take a lot of their gen eds online. I definitely say to get out and meet real people, see what that's like, explore campus. UC is nationally ranked as one of the best campuses in terms of architecture. So I'd say try to take advantage of that while you're here. But you do also have the option of doing some online classes, and you can take those from the comfort of your own dorm. Now we're heading to the Emilee Vocal Arts Center. This building used to be our women's gymnasium, and then in 1995 it was converted from the gymnasium into the Vocal Arts building. So this is where all of our voice faculty reside for musical theater and for voice students. But there is something kind of interesting because it used to be the gymnasium. On the first floor there's a big room where we have chorale practices and chamber choir rehearsals. That big room down there actually used to be the swimming pool of the building, which is kind of fascinating. So again, it's the 2 levels below us that have all of the voice faculty. So again, for musical theater and for voice. This room here is ZVAC 300. This is our main rehearsal space. So it's where we rehearse all of our main stage operas and our main stage musical theaters. We also have some classes in there. Typically there's a stage combat class happening in there right now, so we'll go in and have a look. You may see people punching or sword fighting. Just know it's all fake, it's all stage combat. We'll go in and have a look.
My pleasure.
So you can see all these students are acting majors that are learning how to fight each other for stage. And the floor that you see just taped out, that's for our opera that's happening. And then actually through the windows on the other side, that's our stadium. That's Nippert Stadium where our football games are played. And also FC Cincinnati plays there.
To make it safe for stage combat purposes, so a person can check it, offer not thy point.
Also the building that you see on the other side of the stadium, that's our rec center. Our rec center is incredible. There's 200,000 square feet of rec space. We have like 6 basketball courts and 3 swimming pools and a rock climbing wall and a lazy river and 2 fitness centers, classes where classes take place, and then like any kind of workout equipment you could possibly want. This building here is Memorial Hall. These are our practice rooms. And typically on a really pretty day here at CCM, you can stand in this CCM Circle and you hear a lot of music coming out of this building. You hear vocalists warming up and instrumentalists rehearsing their pieces. All of the rooms inside of here actually have a window that opens, which is really, really nice. It means that they can open up their windows. You hear a lot of sound out here, but more importantly, obviously, it gives you some fresh air inside of the room itself. We have 70 practice rooms and 85% of them have a Steinway piano in them. And all the rooms are soundproof. The doors aren't, so whenever we walk down the hall, it may sound pretty loud. Once you get in there, it's very quiet. You really don't hear anything but yourself. And then this building itself actually used to be our women's dorms. And then in 1996, they were converted from the dorms to the practice rooms. The building itself is locked 24/7. The only people that have access are CCM students. And we'll go in and have a look. And the rooms here are first come, first serve. You just find an open room and take it. Come on and have a look. Pretty self-explanatory, but this will give you a good idea of what it's like to be in a practice room. And again, with the window that opens, so that's really nice. And this is a pretty typical day. There's a couple practice rooms that are open. As we go on in the semester, sometimes these fill up. You'll see people just sitting here waiting on a classroom. But then we also have 4 other levels in this building. And the others, especially the 5th floor, it expands into a whole different wing as well. So there's actually twice as many rooms up there. So it's pretty easy to find a room here. And you can also use these rooms for your warm-ups if you come to auditions here. Just know that the building is locked, but honestly, it's a high traffic area, and most of the time, you wait 5 minutes, you can get into the building. But if you need in like immediately, go to the admissions office and just say, hey, I want into the practice rooms, and they'll send somebody to walk you over and let you in. Know that you can use the 2nd floor or the 5th floor. The 3rd and 4th floor, the 4th floor is just piano majors, the 3rd floor is just, honestly, mainly instrument faculty. All of the instrument faculty have an office in this building where they give private lessons. But other than that, if you want to warm up, the 2nd floor and the 5th floor are your best bets. All of our buildings here are also connected. If they're not connected above ground, they're connected below ground through our parking garage. So if it's ever a blizzard or a rainstorm that you don't want to face, you can always get to all of your classes underground. These are all instrument lockers here. And whenever we go through these doors, we'll be leaving Memorial Hall and entering Corbett Hall. So again, they are connected here, nice and neat above ground. This is where you'll see upcoming student recitals. We have a ton of them. So this is what I was saying earlier about Warner Recital Hall. That's where the majority of these will be taking place. And then our box office is right here, which is closed right now. It opens at 12:30 on the weekdays. But if you want to come see a production here, that's how you get tickets. The bow room over here, this is the main reception room that we use for after performances. We may have a little cake or some finger foods that'll happen in there. Over here is the CCM garage. Now the CCM garage is the most competitive garage on campus. It's temperature controlled, so that helps in the winter. And again, this hallway that we're in now is Corbett Hall. If you actually come to campus, it may be confusing because it seems like it's just one building, but it's actually 2 separate buildings entirely, Corbett Hall and Mary Emery Hall. They're 2 different buildings. They're joined in the atrium in the lobby area, and this is the Corbett side. Around this corner here, we'll get to our dance hallway. For musical theater, we're trained in jazz, ballet, tap, modern, and then Pilates for core strength. Our ballet class is actually a non-major class. We take it because we have dance majors here. As a musical theater major, we're not a dance major. And so we take our ballet as a non-major class. And specifically when you're talking about our smaller classes, our more beginner classes like Ballet 1, Ballet 2, those are with people from all over UC's campus. There may be psychology majors in there, you may have engineering majors, basically anyone that's interested in ballet. And then as you progress, that goes away a little bit and it becomes more just the musical theater and just the dance people. But whenever you come here on campus as a musical theater student, as any kind of student, you have a diagnostic and that determines your placement, especially for musical theater and your dance. You have a dance diagnostic. So if you're a really, really great dancer, you may be in our Jazz 4 class and our Ballet 4 class. If you're a really, really beginner dancer, you're going to be in Jazz 1 and Ballet 1. So that's not, those levels are not based on your year here, they're based on your ability. And then this room over here is actually our tap room. It's a wooden floor. We also use that room for rehearsing our smaller shows, our studio shows. A lot of that happens in there. This is stage management offices here. And then we have some random classrooms down this hallway as well, which are kind of used for anything and everything. And then the rest of the hallway is the dance wing. We have 3 ballet studios. We also have a physical therapist that's on campus, which is great for our dancers. And musical theater, we have access to them. I think she's here 2 or 3 days a week, so that's really great. Of our ballet studios, we have one that's a little smaller, we have two that are larger. And we'll actually be able to peek in the small one as we walk by. But then I'll take us to an observation deck that overlooks the two larger ones so you can get a really good view. Hello. So these are our studios here. And then on the right, you'll see the smaller studio. And this will give you an idea of what we're calling the smaller studio. It's still really, really large, really spacious. Lots of room for dancing. Okay, so this is that observation deck. It overlooks two of our classrooms, two of the large ballet studios. And on your left where you're looking now, these are our dance majors. They're taking a modern class. She doesn't want you filming. And then over here, these are our this is our non-major ballet class. So this is like ballet 1, ballet 2. And we're nearing the end of the semester, so they're probably watching a ballet and doing some work with that in there. So again, these would be like acting majors or psychology majors or engineering majors. So if you have any interest in ballet and you're not a ballet major, we do have classes you can take for that. We'll head back out. And all of our dance classes are done to a live accompanist. For ballet, it's a live pianist, and then for modern, it's a live percussionist. And now this is our musical theater hallway. This is Roger Grodsky's office. He's our resident music director. Diane Lala is our resident choreographer and director. Katie Jo Hanningman, she teaches tap. She's also a director here. Hello, there she is. And then this is Vince DeGeorge's office. He teaches acting and he directs. Yeah, you're good, you're good.
You can say hi to our admitted and prospective students.
Hello, come to the CCM.
Yes.
Have a great time.
Vince, actually, you learn an acting technique as a musical theater. We learned his acting technique. He invented his own acting practice called the theatrical awareness practice. You learn it from him freshman year. So you're actually learning an acting technique directly from the source, the guy who created it, which is phenomenal. It's a really, really concrete method of acting. We love it. We use it all the time. He also works with the opera majors here as well. He'll direct operas and musical theaters. This here is the musical theater call board. So this is where we hear about new works, about rehearsal schedules, summer stock auditions, master classes. We actually just had a master class with Bradley Reynolds, who is a Broadway producer. He's producing Mrs. Doubtfire. He just produced Something Rotten with Kevin McCullum. Richard Oberacker's coming. He is the composer of Bandstand and Ace. And then Justin Bohan is giving us a master class. Justin Bohan was with Bender Casting for many, many years. He's a CCM graduate. He actually helped us this year build our senior showcase for musical theater. So we actually brought in 2 casting directors from New York, and they helped the seniors in musical theater build their showcase from a casting director's perspective, what casting directors want to see. So it's basically like an hour-long audition. If you don't know, freshman year we have a musical theater showcase. It's basically all the musical theater kids say, hey, we're the new guys. And then senior year we have another showcase where all of the seniors present 2 pieces. We perform it here in Cincinnati, and then it goes to New York and gets performed in front of tons of casting directors and casting agents in New York. That's where the majority of our students either get an agent, get a booking, get a show, get things rolling. So it's really been great to have 2 of the largest casting directors from Bender Casting and Telsey Casting, which is like 2 of the biggest companies that are doing this in New York, actually coming to CCM. We've built a personal relationship with them. We know them by name. They know us. They know our work, what to expect of us. And they're already submitting us for stuff before we even get there. So that's a really, really incredible opportunity. And then we also have other stuff up here about performance exams and you name it. This office here is our TAPA office. These ladies are in charge of scheduling. They're in charge of making sure the rooms are assigned to the right classes and everything important like that. This call board's for the acting majors. And behind both of these call boards are classrooms. So there's a big classroom behind this call board. There's a big classroom behind the other call board. And these classrooms are used for acting audition techniques, which is one of my favorite classes here. We also use it for acting classes and singing classes, kind of anything. And now we are actually in the PCT Lobby. So the PCT, it's the Patricia Corbett Theatre. We always call it PCT because we have the Patricia Corbett Theatre and the Corbett Theatre, and it's too confusing. So we call this one PCT and the other one Corbett. And out here we do have some scale models of productions that we've done here. If you ever get a chance to come visit on campus, be sure to spend some time up here looking at these. This is, all of our shows here get a scale model in rehearsal. So it's really, really great for us as an actor to be able to see the set that we're gonna be on in three-dimensional form, to scale. We get a really good idea of what the show's gonna look like. And that helps us whenever it's just a piece of tape on the floor, helps us to actually visualize what that piece of tape represents. And this theater, again, PCT, it's our medium-sized theater of our three main performance spaces. It seats 480 people. In 2017, all of our theaters had a renovation. And in this theater, you'll notice new seating that's beautiful. We had an updated lighting system pretty significantly. I think we should be fine to come in and check it out. Beautiful theater, so intimate. I mean, we're right here on the back row, and you can see that the stage, it looks like you're right there, part of the action. It feels really, really intimate. This is where the senior showcase takes place before it goes to New York for musical theater, so we're actually in here this weekend. Typically in this space, we have one musical theater production, we have 2 acting performances, we have an opera, then we have a dance recital, one in the fall and one in the spring, so 2 dance recitals. And there's a fully functional pit in this space. It goes from the front of the stage all the way back to about where the piano is now. So we do use a full student pit for musical theater and for opera. So if you're interested in that, you do have that opportunity here at CCM. And I love this space. It's so great. We're actually going to go down the front. That'll make it a little easier. Our organ is non-functioning as of like 2017. We actually have a different space, which you're not going to see on the tour today, that is in the basement of CCM, and it's our main organ performance theater. It seats something like 200 people, 175 people, something around that range, and it has a huge organ, and we use that. It's called Watson Hall. And if you want to show them what it looks like to be on the stage here, I love performing in this space. It's really, really great. And we'll head backstage. Let me turn these lights off. Great. These are dressing rooms for PCT. And now we're coming to basically the central hub of all of our theaters. This is the PCT stage door where we just were. This green door behind you is the Corbett stage door. This is our scene shop, which we're going to go in and have a look at. And on the other side of the scene shop is the stage door to our studio theater. So all the theaters converge right here conveniently at the scene shop. Below us is our wig and makeup shop and our costume shop. Actually, let's just come down and have a look at our costumes. We have something like 25,000 costumes in storage here. And then an incredible dyeing, drying, sewing facility where they can do anything they want to do. And there's actually a couple of displays over here that will show you what their costumes look like. So these were all builds that were done here. This is our Cinderella's Prince from Into the Woods, and then the scale replica of Cinderella's ball gown. And this was our Captain Hook whenever we did Peter Pan, and of course the crocodile from Peter Pan. And this is our Aunt March from Little Women. And our wig and makeup shop, which is also down here, we're one of only 2 programs in the nation that offer a master's degree in makeup and wig making. So the majority of productions we do here, especially our operas, are full lace front wigs like you'd see on Broadway. They literally take our head measurements and they sew the hairs, 1 hair at a time, into the lace to match the actor's hairline. It's incredible. This is an example of one of their lace front wigs. And then our costume shop is down this hallway. Our wig and makeup shop's down that hallway. So before shows, this is where we're downstairs, getting in the costume, getting our makeup done by the makeup professionals here. I'm sure they're having class in here, but we can still take a look. So it's an 8,500 square foot scene shop. The left side is all carpentry, the right side's all painting, and it's pretty much all student done. We have 2 shop foremen that run the shop. We have a master painter. From there on, it's pretty much all students. So we have student technical directors for shows, student masters of carpentry for shows. In the back corner, there's another room that you may have noticed back there. That small room back there is our props master's room. And we're one of 3 programs in the nation that offer a master's degree in props making. So actually the pies that were in Waitress on Broadway were made right here inside of CCM and shipped to New York. And their faux work here, their ability to paint things to look like something else, is unmatched. This is a great example of that. This is a statue that was all carved out of styrofoam. You can see where it's kind of chipping away, but it's all styrofoam where they carved and then paint to look like this big bronze statue. It's incredible what they do here. I always tell people this, and it feels cheesy, but I don't mean this cheesy. Literally, this is the level that Broadway's at. This is not a step below. This is not a stepping stone. This is that level. That's the level of work they do here. Their TDP program, which stands for Theatrical Design and Production, that covers all aspects of backstage, lighting, sound design, scenic design, painting, you name it. Their TDP is ranked as #1 in the nation, and if you ever come see a production here, you'll see why. They do incredible, incredible work. I think we can come in. So this is the Corbett Theatre. This seats 740 people. So it's our largest space here at CCM. And as part of our renovations in this space, this got the majority of that $15 million renovation in 2017. All new seating, so that brand new seats, which are great. We updated our lighting system pretty significantly. Our stage floor is brand new, so this gorgeous floor is new. We updated our trap system pretty significantly, but then the most important thing in this space is that our fly system is now automated. So if you look over there, there are no ropes. If you look up to where the lights are kind of flashing, that's our fly system now. It's fully programmed electronic fly system. So there's not people pulling ropes anymore, it's that. We are one of the first universities that have used this kind of technology, and it's incredible for our TDP students because they're learning how to program a fly system for a show. And that's something that is what they're doing on Broadway and off-Broadway professional theater now. There are very few hemp houses, as we call them, with ropes that people are pulling. That's kind of a thing of the past. It's almost all becoming programmed electronic. So it's incredible for our students to get the opportunity to learn how to program a system like that. And typically in here, we have 1 musical theater production, 1 opera, and then a ballet every other year. Often we'll have 2 musical theater productions, that kind of changes. We just did Secret Garden in here. Last semester we did 42nd Street, so it kind of varies about what shows we do. But mainly this space is used for an ensemble space. So if you look behind you, this whole wooden panel, this is here for the ensemble performances. All of this wooden stuff goes away for the main stage productions, but it helps with the acoustics whenever we have jazz ensembles or chorale or chamber choir events. And that's the majority of what this space is used for. Again, we're talking about 4 events a year that are main stage with a full set and costumes and sound design. So you're talking about 12 weeks out of the year that's being used for those kind of productions. The rest of the time, this is an ensemble space, so more than anything. Again, all of our larger ensembles will be in here. And if we have a guest artist who's more classical instrument, they'll almost always perform in here as well. And then this area here, which you kind of see the line on the floor, this is our orchestra pit. And this is a fully hydraulic orchestra pit, so they can actually raise and lower it however they want. So like for 42nd Street during the overture, they could raise the orchestra up to eye level, and you actually got to watch the orchestra perform the overture, and then this all sunk back down and the show started. So they can do some really cool stuff like that. We'll head out the back way. And we only have one more theater to look at. It's the Cohen Family Studio Theater, which is our smallest space. It only seats 150 people, but I love it. It's very, very intimate. I love seeing shows there. I love being in shows there. The Cohen Family Theater is the closest thing we have to a black box theater, but you'll see that you can't call it a black box. So we're actually back in the atrium now. This is where I was talking about earlier, where Corbett Hall's on this side, Mary Emery Hall's on that side. So they converge right here at our atrium. And I think we should be good to go in here again. Come on in. So this is the Cohen family studio. And now you see why I say you can't really call this a black box theater. It's beautiful, it is state of the art, does a lot more than what a typical black box can do. But we call it the closest thing to our black box because it has the versatility of a black box theater. So right now it's all set up so that the audience is sitting here and the performance is happening over there, but they can actually move all of the seats around to the other side, and then the audience can sit over there and the actors can act over here. And like this balcony up here, they can take it down, they can put it up. Super, super versatile. They can even split the audience so that half the audience is on one side, half the audience is on the other. We can do shows in the round, we can do it runway style. So one of the most exciting things about this space is that you never know what it's going to look like whenever you come see a production here. It changes for every single show. And even like you can see that it's just a stage floor, but our operas that take place in here, they'll actually pull up the stage floor. We have about 4 foot of space beneath this, and they'll make a little pit, and they'll have a 3-person pit or 2 pianos or something like that. And then sometimes you come in and they really embrace the fact that this is a studio theater and it's very immersive. So I love this space. If you get a chance, come see a production here. We also do our smaller jazz ensembles perform in here. A lot of our percussion ensembles will perform in here. It's like our xylophone and that kind of percussion. And again, 150 people in this space. And that is actually the last stop on the tour. Hopefully you guys will get a chance to come and see it for yourself because it is beautiful. It's a gorgeous facility, and I love being at CCM. I'm about to end my time here again. I'm a senior, so I'm almost gone. And I have loved every minute that I've had at CCM. It's beautiful facilities, and the faculty are top-notch across the board, no matter what you're doing. Just to answer some general questions that you may have, we have about 750 grad students and about 750 undergrad students, so it's a pretty even split there. Another question I get a lot is what's the average class size? Our average class size ratio is 7 to 1 student to faculty. So really intimate classes here, really a lot of hands-on experience. As a musical theater major, we have a class where there's just 1 professor and 4 students. It's super, super private, super intimate. We really get to perfect our pieces, and then we meet every other weekend and perform it for our whole class. So it's like a lot of intimate training here, a lot of one-on-one attention. You're not gonna go unnoticed here. You get the attention you deserve and you need. It's one of the best programs in the nation, and it deserves to be. They do incredible stuff here. The faculty are incredible. The students are incredible. If you hear stuff about CCM being competitive, it is competitive, but if you hear it being cutthroat, that's not true. It's had a big surge of love and energy. Especially, a lot of people ask me as a musical theater student, is it competitive, is it cutthroat? No, it's not. It's the most loving program in the world. All my classmates are like my best friends, they're my family. It's gonna be hard to leave them at the end of the senior year. We've built really strong relationships, and that's been true across the board at all of CCM. All of the faculty want us to succeed, and that's one of the biggest differences than some other conservatories. They want us to succeed, they want us to do our best. They are willing and open. They almost all have open door policies for their office. If we need to talk with them, we can. And from a student to student perspective, it's so encouraging, so loving. It's not cutthroat. So don't let that stress you out. You may read comments like that online. I promise if you could step foot on campus here, you would be able to feel this just sensation of love that enters whenever you step into CCM. So thank you guys for coming on this little tour. I hope it gave you some insight, hope it helps you out. And if you have any questions, you can always email admissions. They'll get you sorted away, answer any questions you may have.